from the heart of America. Blind Living Radio. Radio by the blind. For the world. Blind Living Radio. Dedicated to enhancing the blind and visually impaired community while enlightening and educating others. BlindLivingRadio.com. Direct from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is Blind Living Radio from Industries for the Blind.
Welcome to Blind Living Radio, everyone. My name is Danielle Crapo. I am one half of your hosting team. Joining me in the studio is my co-host, Harley Thomas. Say hello, Harley.
Hello, Danielle. Hello, Blind Living Radio audience.
And we are joined also in the studio today by a very special guest, Miss Katina Kopsius.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be here.
Nice to see you again, Katina.
Likewise.
So today we are going to talk a little bit about our wonderful sponsor, Industries for the Blind.
And some of the websites and products they make, right, Danielle?
Right, exactly. And Industries for the Blind is located here in beautiful southeastern Wisconsin, where we're finally getting some decent weather. So we wanted to start out talking about the products that we manufacture, right, Harley?
That's correct. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the products that we manufacture here with blind labor. So the people that actually manufacture it, the direct labor is all blind.
Now, you have a manufacturing facility here on site at Industries for the Blind, correct?
That is correct. And it's a 100,000 square foot facility that folks can make a living wage at. Right, Danielle?
Yeah, that's right.
And Danielle, you actually started on the shop floor. Is that correct?
I did. One of the products that we are most well known for is the U.S. government pen, you know, the one that you might see in the post office.
The one on the little bally chain thing?
That's the one, yep.
That I always want to put in my pocket, but the chain makes me keep it there.
Yeah, we manufactured those, and so I started out assembling and packaging the U.S. government pen along with some other products that we produce for the government and military. So, yeah, I started out down there, and we have a brush department and a candle department, which is pretty exciting. It's pretty new to us. So we've got lots of different things that people produce down there.
And some of those items are not actually for the government, like the candle. Those are for consumers, right?
Yep, they're for consumers. Anyone can purchase them. They are available on our website, blind-made.com. And Katina, you had a hand in getting that website up and running, am I right?
I did. I had a hand in putting together all of the different products that we'll be selling on the site and putting the site together. And there's a great variety of products out there. We've got office supplies.
It's almost 200 products, isn't it?
Yes, it is 200 products. But, you know, it's really interesting. All of the products are made by people who are visually impaired or blind, and they're all made here in the United States. So it's a really compelling story. I think it's a great site.
And it's very easy to shop, Danielle.
It is. It's for our blind listeners, it is totally accessible, 100% accessible. So that's definitely a plus on the side of, you know, sometimes there's retail sites that you really want to visit and they're not quite as accessible. So that's really great. And then for our sighted listeners, it's beautiful. There's some great images on that site, and you could really get a feel for the products that are being sold there. And like Katina said, they're all manufactured here. And when you purchase a product from blind-made.com, you really are impacting somebody's life.
That's so true. We recruited you for doing some testing, so we know that the site is accessible, right?
Yes.
Because our audience may or may not know, Danielle is legally blind since birth, and I am sighted. And so together we create quite a tandem duo that we can make sure things work for our visually impaired audience as well as our sighted audience.
Well, it was really important when we were creating the website to ensure that it was accessible for not only sighted folks, but for people who are visually impaired. So that was a big effort on our part, and we were lucky enough to have someone like Danielle help us test through it.
Danielle's one of many blind professionals at Industries for the Blind, but she is in the marketing department, and the marketing department got to help on this website.
That's absolutely right. I got to do a tour.
A tour of the facility?
I did. It was very exciting.
Danielle, should we talk about that after we come back from a quick break?
Let's do that. Let's go to a break, and we'll be right back with Blind Living Radio.
Blind Living Radio will be right back after these messages. Are you blind or visually impaired? Are you seeking a job? Well, Industries for the Blind is dedicated to hiring people just like you. Just go to ibmilw.com/careers and find out how you can become part of our wonderful team of blind and visually impaired professionals. That's ibmilw.com/careers. You're listening to Blind Living Radio. blindlivingradio.com. Welcome back to Blind Living Radio, supported by Industries for the Blind in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Learn more at ibmilw.com.
We are back at Blind Living Radio. I'm your host, Danielle Crapo, and I am joined in the studio today by my co-host, Harley Thomas, and our special guest, Katina Kopsius. Hello again, guys.
Hello.
So before the break, we were talking about the products that we manufacture at Industries for the Blind and a little bit about the website. What was the most important and exciting part for you, Katina, helping create the website?
Well, I was really inspired. I was mentioning that I got to do a tour of the actual facility where they manufacture the products, and it was so interesting for me as a sighted person who hadn't had a lot of familiarity with the blind, and to walk through the facility and actually see how easy it was and how well made all of the products were. And I couldn't visualize what it would take to make that happen.
And our CEO actually says it best before he gives a tour. He always says, when you look at the folks doing the jobs on the floor, you won't know that they're blind.
And that is absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
They're so efficient at doing the job, and they're very good at doing it correctly, safely, and in a quality manner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and neat.
It's actually good that you brought up quality, Harley, because we are actually ISO 9001 certified, which is really speaks to the standard of how much quality and how much thought is put into creating the products here at Industries for the Blind, because it would be really easy to just say, well, they're blind. I suppose if the brush doesn't work right, we can let it go. And nope, everybody's held
That'll never fly.
Never.
Never.
So it's really good to know that we have that quality standard for all of our products. So when you purchase a product from Industries for the Blind, you know that there is quality behind it.
And I think we should probably talk a little about, I know Katina has purchased some products from blindmade.com.
I have from my own personal use. Yeah, blind-made.com. I have from my own personal use. I've purchased a number of things. I've been getting my friends to start buying from blindmade.com actually as well.
Which one's your favorite?
Well, I like the candles. I like the scented candles. There's so many great scents, and they're really pretty. And I've actually seen them manufactured, which is the added bonus for me. But great products.
And I think the candles, Danielle, it's really neat. They're 100% soy-based candles, so they're better for the environment. They release less toxins.
Yep, they're cleaner burning. They're long-lasting candles, and they smell terrific. I think my favorite would have to be the cucumber melon candle. That's so fresh and clean, and I keep mine in my kitchen for the cooking smells. After I'm done cooking something, it's nice to light that and have a fresh scent in the air. What's your favorite scent, Katina?
Well, I'm not much of a cook, so I like to make it smell like I do. I like the vanilla cupcakes, my favorite. So that's what I light in my kitchen all the time.
I like the hot apple pie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And the candles are sort of segmented. You've got some you'd use in the kitchen, some you might use in other rooms of the house, some you might use in the bathroom in the house, depending on the scent. You can actually pick several to put in different places. You can scatter them throughout your home.
You can, and they're just lovely to look at as well, which is an added bonus.
It's nice ambiance.
Yeah.
Because I know Danielle likes to burn candles quite often.
I do. And the more variety that I have in the house, the better. The different scents go in the different rooms, like you were saying. In our bedroom, we like the Venetian Nights candle is what we always burn in the bedroom. And then in the office area in our house, we burn something a little more neutral. So maybe Macintosh apple would be what we would go with. So they're very versatile in the places that you can put them in your house or give them as gifts too. I know we've given a few to some of our relatives, and they just love them.
And Danielle, I know we've come a long way from taking an order with a pen and a pad and a catalog to going to a website like blind-made.com. But also, we mentioned the U.S. government pen that we manufacture here in our facility.
Right.
Now, this is a special pen, isn't it?
It is a special pen with many specifications, over a dozen pages of military specifications. It's actually a mil-spec pen.
It is.
Really neat.
Danielle, what are some of the lure and some of the stories behind this pen?
Well, there's one story that we heard from a customer, and the customer actually sent us a picture of it, and it's where they were in a national park, and there was a sign-in sheet there to kind of so that they could know who was in and out of the park, and there was a pen there, and this was in Arizona where it's really hot all the time, and the pen was there, and it was still working in 100-degree plus weather for several days throughout that whole summer. And the customer said that it wrote just as beautifully from the first time that they used it to the last time that summer, and that they were sure that the pen would still be there next summer. So that was kind of neat.
And one interesting fact is, how long would you expect a pen to write for if you drug it along a piece of paper for a continuous? How long would you want that pen to write for, Katina?
I don't know, 20 feet, I guess.
20 feet? How about a mile? 1 mile uninterrupted is the quality standard.
Wow, that's really amazing.
It's really far.
I know. Every time I get a pen, I write 1 page worth, and that's gone.
Yeah.
In the garbage.
And we have several. I mean, it is the number one pen used by the government, which is great because it supports blind living and blind employment with Industries for the Blind and another blind agency that also manufactures that pen.
Because they're manufactured here on site.
They are manufactured here on site. And Danielle, you mentioned that you did some assembly of those items early on in your career here at Industries for the Blind.
I did. I helped assemble those. And actually with the U.S. government pen, I didn't do necessarily the assembly. I actually did the packaging. So I was able to count them out and put them in the boxes, assemble the boxes, put them in shipping cartons. And it was neat to think, okay, where are these going? Because these U.S. government pens are requested on military bases, U.S. military bases overseas as well. So you never know where the pen is traveling to, and it's kind of neat to think that, I had a little part in that,
They went worldwide like Blind Living Radio.
Exactly. Well, speaking of Industries for the Blind, let's have a quick word from them. What do you think, Harley?
I think as a sponsor, we should hear from them. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back after a word from Industries for the Blind, Milwaukee, the official sponsor of Blind Living Radio. Blind Living Radio is brought to you by Industries for the Blind, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, providing employment opportunities for blind professionals since 1952. Learn more at ibmilw.com. Thanks for listening to and supporting Blind Living Radio. You can support Industries for the Blind by ordering any of our products from blind-made.com. That's blind-made.com.
We are back with Blind Living Radio. We are talking about blind made products. In the studio with me today, I have Harley Thomas, my co-host, and our special guest, Katina Kopsius. Hello again, guys.
Hello,
Hi, Danielle. Welcome back, Katina.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Danielle, during the break, I was thinking about all the different products made at Industries for the Blind, the candles, the soy-based candles, the government pen, probably the most popular and well-known product of all.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also this whole commissary and exchange program here at Industries for the Blind.
Right. We've got a lot of items that are available on different bases across the country. We've got, how many stores is it now, Harley? 12?
We actually have 13. 12 are on military installations, and then one in a federal building in Boston.
Yeah, and all the products that are manufactured here at Industries for the Blind go out to the stores, and it's really neat too because the mission carries on to the stores across the country as well, because all of the stores that are on military bases that are run by Industries for the Blind do employ at least one blind person.
And most of them, 2 blind individuals in the store.
Yeah.
So we literally employ from coast to coast.
We do, and it's a very positive thing because in the blind community, there's 70% unemployment right now, and it's just so great and it's rewarding to work at a place where there is upward mobility. There is a chance to become a professional. Speaking for myself, I did start out on the manufacturing floor, but management recognized my skills and abilities, and now I'm working on the marketing team promoting this mission that is very close to my heart. So it's definitely a great opportunity for myself and others that work here.
And every time somebody makes a purchase of any Industries for the Blind sponsored product, you're actually supporting that mission, right?
Correct.
So blind-made.com. There's a lot of great products out there to buy.
And
you're
Katina,
helping to employ blind
you
people.
really like the products, and I know you've purchased several of the, we call them military resale, but I think the normal person would probably call them kitchen gadgets and things to help me around the house, whether it's a mop or a sponge or
chamois,
a grout scrubber.
Right. And I have purchased a lot of the products, and I was lucky enough to even have the opportunity to handle them here before I did. And these are high quality products. They're great. I have a friend who I introduced to the site, and she had just moved into a new home and ordered some mops and brooms, and they loved it so much that she came back and bought more and got one for her mom as well because she thought it was the best broom she ever used. So yeah, these are great products. You buy them anyway, so why not support the mission while you're doing it and help to employ people who are blind and visually impaired.
I agree. Danielle? I think that's about all the time we're going to have for today.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Katina, for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This was great.
We're glad to have you, Katina. Thank you for all the good work you've done. And I think we've certainly learned a little bit about our sponsor, Industries for the Blind, today and some of the products that they offer our listening audience.
Check it out, blind-made.com.
Exactly, blind-made.com. Purchase a product and make a difference in somebody's life.
Thanks for listening to and supporting Blind Living Radio. You can support Industries for the Blind by ordering any of our products from blind-made.com. That's blind-made.com. We thank you for supporting the Blind Living Radio and our sponsor, Industries for the Blind, creating upward mobility since 1952. Learn more at ibmilw.com.